Okay, you and I were talking last week.
Right.
Got a drinking problem. And you've had some crack problems of the female kind, right? And what he and I were talking about, I suggested that
Can we read it?
yeah, come up. Yeah, you ain't got to. Would you come up here?
It's real short.
You don't care about being on the TV,
No, I don't care.
on the internet?
That's Pluto what?
What's internet?
It's real short, but
What is that? Your
Talking
site
about it
again?
wasn't even good.
What?
What is your site again?
Plato's Groove.
Plato's what?
Groove.
Plato's Groove.
Write that down.
Plato's Groove.
All right, tell them about what.
all right. So me and Till were talking after class last week, but it started a few weeks earlier. But it was just something that I didn't want to deal with, and it's about, as you said, crack, which is
Sexual
one of
stuff.
my addictions outside of drugs, and Roll Tide. And that Till said that I cheated because of my insecurities, because of my,
Well, you said that.
well, yeah, I mean, you helped me to figure that out, to uncover that. The reason, one of the main reasons why is because I just tried to fill some sort of void with a female, you know, but it tore me apart because I hurt somebody who I really loved. I didn't love what I tried to fill the void with, and probably because, you know, of insecurities of.
But what it did was it made you feel powerful and attractive and
It made me feel beautiful.
Beautiful.
It made me feel loved. It made me feel needed. You know, all those kinds of.
Anybody ever had those kind of feelings? Yes.
All those
Okay.
kind of feelings. So, but they were temporary because, you know, then they went away, and then I was left with me and the aftermath of it, and you know, it was just bad. But it made me feel good for a moment, you know, just like drugs do, just like all that stuff does.
And let me say this. Just, you know how we did the dream thing, and each part of a dream is actually, I mean, it's you. Right? In some traditions, y'all ever heard of Rumi? He's a philosopher guy anyway. Talks about the beloved. Greek has anima and animus, a male and female. When the Greeks talk about a male soul, it's always in the feminine. Y'all have heard this? When they talk about a female soul, it's masculine. Okay? We all have feminine sides, right? But because of testosterone, we developed a certain way, and we think generally a little different than somebody that's ruled by estrogen. Okay? We all have the same parts, but something clicked on when they're little and made our little clit get big and turned into a penis. I mean, it's the same stuff, right? Okay? And that one of the things he and I talked about, I said, you know, any person that we might call a whore is generally not motivated just because they want sex any more than we are. I mean, there are times, especially when we're young like him, you know, you hang a teapot on it, you know. Right? Huh?
You think everybody understand that?
He don't know the difference, so.
My glasses on.
And there was a part of him that felt insecure, ugly, not wanted, not beautiful, not
All those things.
all those things. And that's the feminine side.
I think it's beautiful.
I know.
Okay, no homo.
In a non-sexual
Good
way.
enough for the girls we go with.
And that he was trying to get that part of his needs met with a woman. Okay? And so what I suggest he do is write a love poem to himself, to that part of himself.
It's weird.
Because he was projecting it onto this girl, and he probably told her the same shit that he wrote to himself to get her naked.
No.
In some way, you know.
Some way, yeah. Less words.
But it didn't do him any good because it went out there. He wasn't addressing his stuff. So read what you wrote and then talk about it a little bit if you want to.
We find you a player.
Here.
It's short, man, but I don't know, it's weird.
Well, wait a minute. You don't tell a man this shit's short. What's wrong with you? Here. Hold that.
Hold up.
First. Pin it on you or something.
All right. My beloved, there is something about you that is so beautiful, but I can't describe it. You are loved, and you should feel loved. I should put a you right there. I'm so lucky that you're a part of my life. I've never felt this way before. Your smile lights up a dark room. Don't ever think any less of yourself. God has blessed you with so many talents and abilities, it blows my mind. You motivate and challenge me to be a better person and lover.
Okay. Now, what was that like?
Very nice.
I mean, because like I said, because that fiction stuff, all that, you know, I wanted it to be like a love letter, and I wanted it, you know, like I was writing it to someone else, but I wasn't writing it to someone else. I was writing it to, in a way I was, but
I know.
in a way I wasn't.
It's weird what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah. It took me like a couple days to do that, just that little bit, because I didn't want to do it at first because I thought it was weird. And I started Monday, and it's Wednesday, so. But it was really weird, but it like, I don't know, it ended up just basically saying all the things that I want to feel about myself that I don't feel about myself, in a way.
And you kept winning.
Did you for a minute?
Yeah.
And that's not blowing smoke up your own ass like you're in the special.
So much
you're so great. You know,
Because that's what I didn't want to, you know, because in a way I started feeling myself going that way, and I had to back up and say, you know, is this really what you would say to yourself, or is this just like what other people have said to you over the years, and you're just
what you manipulate them into saying.
retelling it, you know, like it's like a story, like.
He kept winning himself over. We couldn't find him since Monday.
But like I was dealing with something yesterday. Some of the guys, my mom had some things going yesterday, and it helped me feel a little more alive because I got out of myself for a minute and quit worrying about my shit and was concerned about a loved one, and it kind of helped me to get out of myself for a second, all this bullshit, you know, and just, you know, look at other people instead of looking at myself, you know.
Well, when your needs are met, or more met than not, you don't have to be worried about yourself as much.
Right?
You know? And this is not, y'all remember the dude on Saturday Night Live used to look in the mirror and say, I'm good enough, and I'm this enough, and I'm that. Somali wasn't his name, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not bullshitting yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What did y'all hear him say, or do y'all understand what he's talking about at all?
It's not what things that one can feel about yourself.
And it's deep stuff.
That was an awesome exercise.
You know?
Really was.
Because how naked are you feeling that you did that in front of these guys saying that you need to feel beautiful? That's a weird thing to say in a group of dudes.
Yeah. Probably, it's pretty weird.
But it's true.
Don't lie.
But it's true, right?
It is true.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know how many hundreds of pages of love poetry I've written. At one point, I thought it was about a girl.
That's what I was trying not to do too. I was trying not to
Is this a Mona Lisa thing?
send this,
Over again?
write this to the actual person. No,
Couldn't leave another painting.
that. I think your IQ is
Mona
very low.
Lisa in his image, is really him?
They think so.
It was really him.
And it's not. This is not even self-worship. That's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about that. That's ego. That's ego. It's when go sit down unless you want to talk some more. You good? Thank you very much. Very good. Very good. And because I'm not suggesting everybody do that, but the process that you went through is you went into a very weird place and you risk whatever you risk, and you learn something. You're not just sitting here trying to go through the same old intellectual, because you can appear very deep sometimes, or we can. You know, we can talk all the psychology and the theology, and it's just kind of bullshit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We can say same old, same old, same old, same old. But the last couple of weeks, you've been dealing with some deeper things, and you got some information from your dreams, right? You got some information from writing poetry to yourself, which is weird. But it's the same, because the dreams are you. Your soul produced everything in them, right? I had a dream one time. I'll touch on this a little bit. A few years ago, I went to a Jungian psychoanalyst, and that's who taught me how to do the dream thing. And I recorded my dream. I don't have it with me, or I'd show it to you. But I kept having these just crazy, weird dreams. Let me see how it was. And over a period of months, weeks and months, the dreams were all kind of the same. They were weird, different, but they were all kind of the same. Found myself in a place, this place, that place, another place, and somehow it was my job to fix something. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it all.
That's mine.
And again, it was all kind of different settings and people, and then one time, as I got into that and I was processing some of it, I had a dream where my oldest son, Caleb, big old Caleb, walked in the house, and I knew everybody was hungry. They needed to eat. And he brought me this naked little about 2-year-old young'un, big old fat thing, and just gave it to me and walked off. And my impression was I was supposed to kill that kid and gut it and skin it so we could eat it. That's my soul producing that, so be careful. I'm capable of that kind of stuff. Right? Somewhere in me is. And I remember, and this was after being in therapy and doing all this stuff for a while, I remember in the dream me going, hell no, this ain't my kid. I ain't doing it. Because I was sick. I had the kid and I was looking at it and it looked pretty good. It's fat, It had a little, what you call them things when your guts poke out? Hernia. It had a little hernia, but other than that, it's all right. And I was about to walk out and I was thinking, well, I'd go hang it in the tree and gut it, and I'm thinking, okay, shit, I don't want to do this, but I guess I got to, because it's, family needs something to eat. And
It wasn't yours.
it wasn't mine. And I said, this,
Killed or one of your kids?
it was just a random baby, I don't know.
But you realized it wasn't yours.
It wasn't for me to do. What I said in the dream was, this ain't mine, and I gave it back to Caleb. I said, I ain't doing this no more.
I thought you meant it wouldn't, it's not my kid, I can't do this.
And so, and that was during a time in my life when I was adjusting, because I've spent the last 20-something years just doing stuff, trying to fix everybody. And I didn't really know consciously what I was doing. And I was killing myself. I got crazy. You know? Does that make any sense about the dream?
Yes.
Okay. And it's not magic, but you can get some new information. Okay? Because it don't ever stop. Yes, sir.
I had a dream.
You had a dream?
I was, I don't really remember anything before my name started. I heard my name the second time, and then I heard my name the third time. And I was on my bed, it was completely dark, and I sat up and there's a huge spider web right in front of me. Like I sat up into the spider web. And there's not a spider in it, but for a minute I was kind of frantic. But then after a couple of seconds, I'm with my eyes awake. I'm in the room, very much there, and then I had like this piece, and I just started kind of looking at the spider web and checking it out, and then all of a sudden the spider was gone. And I'm sitting up in my bed looking around like, what just happened?
And what does that tell you?
I don't know. Hearing my name, it's kind of almost like my mom or someone that I knew really, really well calling me. Because I'm normally really, really hard to wake up, and I'm pretty, I could be a pretty terrible.
Were they wanting you to get caught in the spider web?
Absolutely not. No, but I had, for a minute I was like, holy crap, this is spider web. I'm thinking spiders in the web, and then no spiders, and peace. And then I just started focusing on the web and looking at it, and
And what have you been working on the last couple of months? Stepping back and observing.
Yeah.
Right? Because there will come a time for you to do. You know? But as I know you, as you let me know you, you will impulsively jump into doing and get tangled in this web of stuff sometimes, especially used to. And it sounds like on some level you're becoming more and more aware of stepping back and observing. And that's where peace is. Right? If you have recurring dreams of women, anybody? I'm not gonna go through them with you out loud, but if what I'm saying is so, that the woman in your dream represents you, your soul, or some aspect of your soul. You know? Does that make any sense? Not in some spooky, get on the internet and try to interpret it way. That's not what I'm talking about. But in the way that he did. Because your dreams about women will change now. They'll be altered slightly. Because you've altered your soul slightly. By just saying, hey baby, I see you there. That's all she wanted. Right?
Right. I quit. I got out of my head. I got out of that fear shit. Worrying if, this or this and that,
Because in the end, whatever happens, it's going to be okay.
Because it changed. Because even the other party noticed a change. It was weird.
In a good way?
In a good way. Thought it was going to be bad, but it was a good way.
You say, and you didn't have to go climb a mountain or slay a dragon or memorize 1,400 books.
I just taught myself.
It's simple. It's easy. Not the briars. Not the web. Right? And I'm happy to give you some tips or whatever, but in the end, I can't do it for you. I can't explain it. It doesn't matter if Jesus came down here. He tried to explain it and hung out with these people for 3 years and they didn't get it. He's like, God, how long I got to put up with you people? Right? He was like, y'all are retarded. You know? Okay, I'll try. I'll wash their feet. Maybe they'll understand that. No. You know. What?
Which one said no? I should be washing your feet.
Yeah. But that's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh well, no. That's the way to.
No, you cannot wash my feet.
You cannot wash my feet because you are the greatest, and I shall be the servant. And that's all ego bullshit. You know.
I thought it would be like if you were Peter,
If I was Peter,
would you have done the same thing?
oh yeah, I have done the same thing. Yes.
Once upon a time, I used to think I wouldn't have been like Peter.
That's exactly like Peter, because Peter says, all these boys will fuck you around, but I won't. And he's the very one that said, get the fuck away from me. I don't know his ass. I'm just getting near by the fire. Leave me alone, you know.
Yeah.
That's exactly like Peter. It's all of us. You know? But nobody can teach you this. There's no one that has the answer for you. You already know. It's almost like you remembered. I didn't teach you nothing about the whore part of you. You knew it the whole time. I didn't teach you that. We already know. But we believe the fiction. We believe that this is basic shapes. You know? I got time for one more little spurt if y'all want it.
What does it mean if all your recurring dreams are different, but every one of them you're saving somebody or something?
Then they're the same. Then pretty much they're the same.
Yeah. But the last one I had, my dog was drowning in a flooded river. And I jumped in, to save him. And I did, but
Okay, in that kind of dream, in your dream there's an ego part where we kind of identify with. That's the least important part of the dream. That's the hero part. That's the fiction you've lived most of your life.
somebody once told me it was the Lancelot complex.
That, you call it that. Lancelot fucked the king's woman too. Be careful. All right. Brought the whole kingdom down. The more important part of that dream is the dog. What did the dog feel and think and need? Also, the river is a part of you, or the water, or whatever. Everything in there.
There's a bunch of trees and stuff. It's like a flooded river. I mean, it's great. Like I grabbed it.
What? Okay.
Put him up on a tree.
About half step out of your ego and tell me what the river felt.
Physically.
Not how it felt. Be the river.
Yeah.
What's it like being the river?
Out of control.
Out of control.
Like my life.
So, yeah. Do you see what I'm talking about? Because all that stuff is your soul trying to get your attention and tell you something or help you remember something you already know. But it comes at us in weird ways that are not like this. Not all symmetrical and we want to figure it out and write it down and put it. It comes at us like this. And in nature things look very random sometimes, but they're produced on mathematics. You know, y'all ever seen fractals, or how if you look at the outline of beaches, sometimes you'll see these recurring patterns and there's chaos, it seems, all the way in it, but there's patterns. Your dreams are more like nature than trying to figure it out or go outline it, and as though figuring it out is going to change anything. It won't. You know? Does this make any sense, y'all? Because there is no guru, there is no teacher, there is no book, there is no information that is going to fix it. Or you'll finally go, oh, I understand now. Because even though you may understand, there'll come a time and you'll go, fuck it. I understand it, but I don't give a damn. Because something in me needs something desperately. I'm dying. But it's me that let the beloved part of me become a whore. I gave her no attention. I didn't pay attention to what she needed. Right? And
Oh, she was mad too.
oh hell yeah, she's mad. And she'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
You better pay attention to that part of you.
Yeah.
You know? And that part of me.
I'm scared.
This part, my dream about skinning the baby, one of the things I had to start doing was say, fuck no. That was love. You know, about how I did family and how I did other things. You know? And it was not easy. And when we do that, because the last time you were here, we worked on stuff with your mom. And you made some progress. Okay? And now you fresh stuck. And that's good. But that's how it goes.
This is what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I mean, this is that shit.
Yeah. But now you're more wise about it. You have more understanding about it. You're more comfortable with it. You know, it's fixed. It doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
It's an unfolding of stuff until we get ready for, we don't start learning how to run the hurdles if we're still crawling. You know?
I think this is the reason why I had the other issues, the codependency issues, because of my own insecurities and fears.
Yes. Her.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much.
I had to break that down, or I had to open that up to find the deep stuff, because that was just the outside stuff. That was just
And if I would have told you that, I probably did tell you that a year ago.
Probably did.
And because you wasn't time. You know?
And then there'd be something else, and then probably this.
And it'll be transformed into wisdom.
Always going to work on something.
All of us.
Or hopefully.
But it doesn't become...
Not necessarily working, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Being aware of.
Yeah. And it's fun. I mean, it's not always feel good.
No.